Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be going over which characters do I still have UR gear for collaboration characters. Of course over the years, or over time really, I've made UR gear for characters, for collaboration characters, and then when they've come out, when they're not needed anymore, I remove them. So I thought I'd go through all of my collaboration characters today, see which ones I still have UR gear for, and see which ones I don't, and if I do have it, why I have them, and if I don't have them, why I got rid of them. Because there are some that I know I definitely had UR gear for, and I end up either unengraving it and giving it to someone else, or just unengraving it and just leaving it on the character. When there's a new character that I want to give that gear to, because, well, yeah, that's just what happens sometimes, unfortunately, with some characters. Let's get into it. First we'll start with Ram. So I did actually initially have UR gear for Ram, but since Nanashi dropped, I just said, screw it, I'll give your gear to someone else, and then gave her some perfect SR gear, which I then engraved because I still want to have a half-decent set for her, and SR engraved gear isn't too bad. 171,000 HP isn't bad for a free-to-play Ram, which is a relic as well. But yeah, I just had to get rid of her gear. I just didn't use her much. I used Nanashi when Nanashi came out, and then it was like, yeah, I don't need Ram anymore. So instead I just gave her SR gear, and it works well. I was using her in the recent final boss with SR gear, and she was completely fine. No problems at all. Rem, I'm pretty sure Rem still has... No, she does actually still have her gear. She has her gear, but it's on Downfall Liz. So, Rem still has her gear set because of course she has Amplify, and Amplify is a very useful skill because it can deal a lot of damage. Her Relic actually increases her basic stats per unknown on the field, so she's not too bad for some content here and there. And to be honest, her gear isn't the best anyway. So I then gave the gear to currently Downfall Liz, who I use for Belmouth. And I just gave Downfall Liz's set, which was HP defense to Rem, just to hold sort of for CC. Isn't still bad, 56,000, 1,000. 158,000 HP, not bad. Defense is a little bit low, but of course Rem is a very old character. And I do think next time we see the third rerun of collabs, I do think we could be seeing LRs. Mainly to fix the problem, which is their stats. Like 170% crit damage is like nothing nowadays, even for non-LR characters. Like a new-ish character still has a lot more than that. Crit chance is abysmal. Like, I'm pretty sure Albedo has like 120%. Like 110, 120%, which is still 40 or even 50% more than what Rem has. Yes, Rem does give herself attack-related stats, but Albedo also gives herself an absurd amount of attack-related stats. So, I reckon they probably will end up getting LRs. Or some sort of buff next time they are rerun, because of course they will rerun them, because, well, they already have the IPs, they already got the voice actors, all they got to do is add 2 characters, you know, LR a few of the old ones, give the other ones relics, the new ones relics, that's it. But yeah, I still do have UR gear for Rem. Amelia, I used to have attack crit down 4 when she could crit. Nowadays her stats are abysmal and her CC is absolutely horrible. She has level 100 SA6, and she has perfect HP defense. That's very low CC for perfect HP defense rag gear. You know, I know she doesn't have all her outfits, but she has a relic as well. She's got very low CC, and unfortunately because of that, I actually removed her UR gear a very long time ago, probably close to a year ago, maybe over a year ago now, and just gave it to someone else. Actually, I may have even given it to Philo back when Shield Hero came out, which was just under a year ago. Sorry. Just over a year ago now. It would have been just over a year ago. But yeah, I removed Amelia's set. Of course, if they bring her back and they fully rework her because her passive is kind of not that good anymore, then yeah, you know, I might even consider giving another UR set again. Kyo, I never had a UR set for. I just gave him rare gear because, well, I never used Kyo much in like hard content, and when I did, I would just give him Tommy Link because the content actually wasn't too hard because I got like high box CC, high constellation, so I just give him red Tommy Link and it'd just be fine. So I never actually made him gear. Would I consider making him gear? Maybe if he was needed for, like, key content, like Demonic Beast, then yeah, but I don't ever see him being used for Demonic Beast, because Demonic Beasts always debuff immune, so... Hasn't got too bad CC, though. 51k, mediocre HP defense, and, well, the same outfits as Amelia, but Amelia has perfect HP defense and still has roughly the same CC. Onto Mikasa. So I never actually had UR gear for Mikasa, but I did make her SR engraved gear. So back in the day when the really busted green one that they nerfed came out. As a reward, as like a sorry, they gave us, not even a sorry, in the event he came out in, they gave us a bunch of these like perfect SR gears and perfect like rare gears, and ended up like having a lot of them. And I just went to my characters, went to exchange, went to here. Oh, didn't mean to. Oh, I pressed everything wrong. Went to here and just turned off all of this. Went to SR. Oh, did I? Okay, I went to SR and I just went down and found like a perfect SR gear like this and just put it on her and just engraved it. Because, to be honest with you, yeah, like she's a back unit. She's not a front unit, and perfect SR gear is good enough as it is. 170,000 HP nearly. It's good enough. She does boost her own stats with her relic, as well as boosting her own stats with her passive. So she doesn't really need any more stats, in my opinion. She's got a relic. She's got you know, somewhat. She's got a few outfits. You know, nothing really that big. Levi, I actually unengraved his UR gear because I just don't see him being used in content because he just seemed a little bit out of date. Just a tiny bit out of date in terms of what's needed for content. Yeah, and if I wanted to use a Levi, I'd probably end up using red for PvE content. And then with that, I can just use either the current SSR gear he's got on, or just someone else's UR gear that's really good. You know, the ultimate one, my Melly's gear set, you know, all these other gear sets I got. Even if I need to use my Freya's gear set, you know, I've got tons of gear sets that I could use. But yeah, it's just, no, I just don't think you need UR gear. Because content nowadays, it's like you use Mikasa, you use LRS Knorr, you use Awaken Roxy, who I don't have, and then you use someone else, and it's like just easy farm sort of thing. Aaron, I actually do have a UR gear set for Aaron, not this Aaron though. Ghislaine, of course, I have a UR set for HP defense. She's still very good, extremely good tank. She has a remove stance skill at level 1, which could, yeah, her passive doesn't work in PvE, but her relic does, and increasing her single target damage dealt by 60%. Very good. Also, with that, she's also got Power Strike AoE ultimate, which is going to be very strong. She also has the highest base attack in the game. She's got 15k attack with HP defense, which is very high. Like, that, I'm pretty sure, even rivals some of, like, my very... let's actually check RAM. Let's actually... No, I won't check RAM. Who's got attack crit down one? Levi's got attack crit down, but it's not engraved. Yeah, even if I was to engrave it, she would have more. She'd still have more. I'm not sure if I even gave Roxy engraved gear, because she's more of what would you call it? She's more of an ungeared character, an ungeared PvP character. Yeah, she may have her niche like here and there in some sort of PvE content, but it's just not worth it. Unfortunately, her shield's based off her initial attack. That means even her boosted attack won't do anything. So in theory, to get the most out of her, you then have to then buy her weapons using real money, which I didn't do. And it's like, yeah, it's okay. I mean, yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend. I've just given her HP defense because she just sits in my box CC. Unless I use it for an ungeared video, but then gear doesn't matter, so... Eris, I just made her, once again, just SR gear. There's no point making her UR gear. Characters that I only use for niche things, I don't make UR gear for. And she is one of those niche characters. She only works with red... Yeah, she only works with red humans. Which, there are not many of them. It's a strength attribute humans, which there aren't many strength attribute humans that rely on attack. Most of them are HP based, that being Purgatory Bar and Reinhardt. Both HP based, and they're actual half decent humans. Cocytus, no, but he's just got HP defense this gear. He's pretty much just placeholdering it at the moment until I find someone who actually needs the gear, then I'll probably end up just giving him, once again, either SR gear or rare gear. His CC is actually not too bad, his HP is actually very good. Of course, I do have his cool crap warrior outfit, and then, of course, his holy relic as well. But I just don't think he needs it. PvE content once again, and currently he's not been given PvE content that he's, like, really needed UR gear for. Yeah, like, I have used him on Knighthood Boss, but it's like I've done it with SR gear, and I got it done with SSR gear, non engraved, and I was able to get really high points, so it's not really a problem. Sholtaire, of course, attack rate down, very useful even in this final boss. She is very good, very useful, insane DPS. Highly recommend attack rate down on her. Yeah, HP defense is good if you're playing like geared PvP, but if not, attack rate damage is 100% the way to go. Highly recommend getting her a nice set if you've got her. Albedo, of course, she has 2 gear sets. She has attack, crit dam, and HP defense. I'm currently rocking HP defense on her, mainly for the CC. She has 69,000, funny number. But yeah, I have like everything for her. I weld on her, so of course, I would recommend making gear for her. Of course, HP defense or attack, crit dam, it's completely up to you. It's dependent on what you want to do, because of course, different content. Once again, the argument of PvP, PvE. Yeah, I would recommend attack rate down for PvE, but I'd also recommend HP defense for PvP and the odd PvE content, Demonic Beast, that does require you to have high HP, for example, like Nidhogg. Dogs, if you're really unlucky or you've not got a good team, probably HP defense is the way to go. And with the new Demonic Beast content that comes out next week, which seems really, really hard, I will try and have a video on it day one if I can. I already know what the best team is. My mate's already been messaging me what the best team is and all that kind of stuff, so I'll try out all that kind of stuff. But yeah, highly recommend HP, any UR gear really. Attack rate and HP defense depending on what situation you are in sort of for gear. Irons, he just placeholds my Albedo gear, so that's what it is. He's got like half decent CC, his HP is kind of low, but his attack crit dam, his attack is meh. I didn't actually buy any of his things, but he does have a relic, which looks cool. Would I recommend UR gear for Irons? If you have him 6/6, yeah, definitely. But I would say, unless he has key content, or he's used in key content regularly, I would say just leave him with like either rare gear currently now as a placeholder, or use him to placehold another UR gear set. For example, I use him to hold my Albedo set. So that means I can switch between them, because my Albedo's HP defense set is very good, so if I need HP defense for Irons, I can switch it around and I really have that much of a problem with it. This Levi, I'm pretty sure... No, I don't. Okay. This Levi... no, I don't have UR gear for Levi. I have UR gear for Aaron. But yeah, once again, just half-decent HP gear. Just really box DC. He wasn't the best, once again. Very outdated character. Seemed like more of a 2021 release, maybe early 2022. Definitely not like a 2020... like mid to end 2023 character. Outfits are cool. Relic is okay. The sort of idea was there for him, but his idea was too niche to fit the current meta or the current game. If your passive's too niche, you probably don't work very well in the game, unfortunately, but that's just how it works. And then that's the reason characters like Albedo and that's the reason why a lot of collaboration unknowns work so well, is they don't really have much of a niche to follow. It's just, you know, you only work with unknowns. Completely fine. You know, you've got the whole Ragnarok story, which has, you know, Tyr in it, Hell. You know, it's got all these really broken characters. You don't really have to worry about a niche. Where, you know, the other collaboration characters like humans, you're like, only works with humans, cool, but there's not many good humans, apart from LRS and all, but then you're throwing a mono-human team, you can't really, you know, Nanashi him back, or someone to help you tank him back instead. But yeah, I would just give him placeholder gear like HP defense, you know, unless he really needs content later, unless he, like, is actually used for content later on, just give him HP defense. It's just not worth it. Aaron, I'm pretty sure I have attack rate down 4, because he's actually not too bad for just the random pieces of content every now and again, PvE. Of course, if you're, like, you've got him, he's level 60 and he's in your box, and you're not sure if you're going to make UR gear for him, don't do it. Unless he is, once again, needed for key content. I used him on Demonic Beast, and he was way below Albedo. I would put Albedo, like, 20 tiers above Aaron in the tier list for Demonic Beast, because there's quite a large difference. They are both collaboration characters, and they both released, well, one collab apart. He also has very good stats as well. Albedo just can't be beaten. Also, his CC is kind of low, even with attack crit dam. It's kind of low. Kizna, 100% HP defense. 100%. My HP defense gear is so mid on her, because I made it like ages ago and I just didn't care. This was someone else's gear, obviously. But it's fine. She doesn't need really the best gear ever. Like, this is the most mediocre gear. She's not even got 60,000 CC, but she's only really there for her buff and her, you know, her buffs. It's only really the reason she's there for, is her buffs and her rank up for herself. Very good character. If you got a 100%, 100 her SE6, get that relic. Yeah, of course, you can actually get the relic if you have that spare box. And then HP defensor. Even if you give her the perfect SR gear and engrave it, you'll be completely fine. You may even have higher stats than me, because my gear isn't the best. Once again, outfits, not the best. Velo, yeah, she has crit down. Attack crit down. I use her for farming. Like, anything really. Because she is so powerful. Like, she was, like, the saving grace of Shield Hero, other than Null for me, right? And, of course, Kisner was the queen of PvE for quite a little while. And, of course, not in Demonic Beast, because she doesn't work. But, Velo, I highly recommend getting Attack Crit down for. She works so well for farming teams. Like, she's on my speed farming team, and I highly recommend to use her on a speed farming team with, like, the big Festal Merlin, and you'll be completely fine. You'll farm stuff so quickly. It's like the most efficient way to farm things. Exorder of Talia, yeah, she still has her gear set, because her gear set was so niche, I can't just take it off and give it to anyone else. And that's really it. If there was someone else who was fully defense-based, then yeah, maybe they would have her gear set, but her gear set was so niche, she just kept it. Now, Null for me, alright? I kept it for Null for me because he's not too bad for the odd piece of content here and now. Like, here and again. You know, he also can dish out quite a bit of damage, so of course, and also his gear is somewhat niche-ish. She's got, like, Pierce right at the top, and then defense the rest, so it's, I wouldn't take it off and give it to anyone else. I'll just let him keep it, because it's not too bad. And he can still be used every now and again for content, because he can deal a lot of damage. Especially in PvE, when the AI just doesn't know not to attack him, so you deal a lot, it's worth it. Reinhardt, of course, HP defense with crit chance and crit damage rolls, only because he has a lot of CC, and yeah, that's really it. He's got a lot of CC, and I just kept the gear on him. No other reason. I don't use him in geared, he had a lot of CC, and I just kept the gear on him. Also, these two pieces are also very niche. But, yeah, it's not really a problem. Echidna attack her down, yep, that's because I use her for the old DPS thing now and again. She provides a lot of basic stats. Her ultimate is so unique and so powerful, it doesn't actually scale. The buff doesn't scale with ultimate level, which is insane. It's like one of the few that don't actually scale with the ultimate level. So even at 1/6, you get this insane stat boost. Yeah, you know, the stat boost works for everyone, and the damage increase only works for Unknown. But it's insane. Like, you can, like, do an absurd amount of damage with the ultimate. Even at 3/6, I can one-shot the Ludo boss. It would not one. If she crits, I can one-shot it. Her crit chance isn't the highest, but of course she provides herself with crit chance. She also provides basic stats as well. She's got infect. She's got this insane buff. Yeah, she does extra damage to buffed enemies. 100% would recommend getting her a set. Would I recommend her attack crit down with HP defense now? Probably HP defense. At the time, she was an insane DPS for PvP, but now she's sort of fallen off that category because, of course, there's lots of crit resistance and crit defense in the meta. So yeah, I would recommend probably HP defense for her nowadays. I'm still keeping my attack right now. Shuna, I gave her HP defense. Yuagi, don't know why. I think she was like level 60 SA6 in my box, and one day I thought, screw it, I'm going to get her to level 100 and give her Yuagi, which is what I did. I haven't used her since, so yeah. Rimuru, of course, he's got his attack Rodam set. He doesn't crit much anymore, but I've still given him that attack Rodam set for the odd piece of content where I can cheese it with Abyss because, well, I'm lazy, and Abyss is cool. And also he's very good with Pierce, right? Which is a very common card nowadays, and he gives himself a hell of a lot of Pierce as well. Just a nice character to have 6/6 and attack Rodam for, really. Terry, I used to have UR HP defense for, but I removed it and gave it to, who did I give it to? I gave it to someone. I may have given it to Albedo, but I gave it to someone because I just don't use Terry much anymore. Yeah, he doesn't have a Power Strike ult and a counter, but his counter doesn't do much damage anymore. Power Strike is really the only thing he's really got going. The old gauge removal is cool because it's like the unique one where it's like 1, 2, and 3, but I still don't think it's worth him having UR gear, so I've just currently just given him rare gear. Milim, of course, attack Rodam, insane for Deer, and I highly recommend giving her attack Rodam. My attack Rodam isn't even that good, and I use it for Deer. She's very good, very strong. Her ultimate just vaporizes everything. Her spike card's insane. Very good. Highly recommend attack Rodam if you have her. No gear, no gear. I think everyone else doesn't actually have any gear. But that's really it for all the characters I actually have gear for. Or who are level 100 who I could actually, or who I'd actually put gear on. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next one. Goodbye.